hubungi nih timnya Pak Andrew ya. Dari Bernadia. Bernadia nih dari Artwork ya. Oh, saya taunya Bernadia biasanya nyanyi ya. Nah, tapi untuk sekali ini kita dapat kedatangan penyanyi Bernadia. Oke. Ada Pak Lon ya kan, produsen dan spesialis moringa nih keren banget nih. Produknya adalah daun kelor ya dan ekspektasi untuk deeper dive juga. Oke, Surya dari tim salesnya Deblin. Oh, dari Pak Andrew juga. Pak Andreas dari distributor bahan bangunan berbasis di Surabaya. Wow, thank you ya Pak ya joining dari Surabaya ya. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ya, silakan buat yang lain. Saya masih tunggu kurang lebih sekitar 5 menit lagi dan I saw that Indran is already join us here. Hello Indran.
Hello, hello. Excited to be here. Thank you, Pak Julius, for inviting me. I'm really excited to share so much of things going on right now, the space of sales playbook, AI, and the rest of it. So excited to be part of this workshop.
Thank you, Indran. So I will have like 3 minutes, Indran, to just networking with the participant now, and you can also look at the chat room as well. We
Yes.
have a lot of people coming also from BNI Network ya. Thank you ya teman-teman BNI yang sudah join juga. And we had a lot of businesses as well. It's ranging from retails, looks like the premium cookware, and also at work ya, and also the retail as well in the Moringa, Pak Joni, and then we have the service and also like constructions, yeah, also as
Yeah.
well joining us to the webinar now. Okay,
Okay.
you will
Yep.
have
Yep.
2 minutes, guys, to do the networking. Put in your businesses as well, and maybe you can also give your expectation about today. Some of the expectation are learning about the technical skills in RAN, but I don't think we quote unquote really heavy on technical today. Is it correct, Indran?
Yeah. This is going to be about the sales playbook.
Yeah, it's
But
about.
during the Q&A, we can talk about those kinds of questions, right? Yeah.
Oke, oke. Nice, nice. Coba, kalau saya pengen survei dulu, siapa yang pernah dengar namanya Playbook? Nah, kalau yang sudah pernah dengar namanya Playbook, ketik satu, tapi kalau belum ketik dua. Coba saya pengen tahu, survei singkat aja ya. Ini kira-kira udah ada 40 orang, so I want to see 40 of you. Siapa yang pernah dengar kata Playbook atau pernah dengar produk yang namanya Playbook, itu ketik satu. Kalau belum pernah dengar, ketik dua. If you haven't heard it, then type two. If you have heard it before about Playbook, type 1. So actually, Indran, I think maybe 90% of our
Yes.
participants never heard about Playbook, yeah. Okay,
Yes. Yes. Which is great because
it's great.
today we're going to learn all about it.
Oke, halo Bu Christine. Bu Christine dari Bumi dan Anak, penyedia program stimulasi Montessori ya. Oke, CSR and brand
Okay.
promotion. Welcome, welcome. So also coming in from the service industry as well ya. Oke. Okay, I think we have already covered the introduction and a little bit short polling and survey. So I think without the further ado, let's talk with Indran. Indran is one of our best friend and our partners in delivering AI solution and also sales solution. One of the catchy name that Indran also mentioned when we know each other, he is also a story seller. I mean, he always bring up with a big story in front and then something that inspiring us all. So I would like to invite Indran as well to inspire today. Yeah, although it is Monday, but I think the Monday we had is very very brilliant and also very vibrant. Yeah, because all of you guys are here. Also, I invited you guys. If you can open your camera, please open your camera so we can also see your expression as well. Okay. Good morning, Indran. The floor is yours.
Good morning. Good morning. And happy Monday to everyone. I guess you can hear me okay. Now,
Yes.
when I get excited, I tend to speak quite fast. So please, if you feel that I'm speaking too quickly, then just drop in the chat, slow down, and I will slow down. Yeah. I'm not looking at the chat all the time, but I'm looking at it as often as I can. Okay, let me start to share my screen and let's jump right in. Uh, huh, okay. So this is today we're going to learn about how to win more customers using what is called a playbook. Okay, so let me jump right in. Uh, so before we start, okay, I just want to tell you that this webinar is going to be unlike any kind of webinar you have tried before. Okay, why? Because I am not here to teach you anything. Okay, because talking about sales, talking about your business, you know your business much, much more than I do. Okay, so why am I here? Right? Put in the chat. Why do you think I am here? If I'm not here to teach you anything, why am I here? Can we see some responses in the chat, or you can just unmute yourself and just answer? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Uh, Julius and Johnny, you're right. Okay, I'm here to share my experiences, to spark ideas, and really, at the end of the day, right? Uh, at the end of this webinar, you know how when you stretch a rubber band, it will, and you stretch it hard enough and long enough, it will never go back to its original size. Okay, so this is what I want to do at the end of this webinar, where we stretch your thinking about how to win in sales in such a way that your old way of thinking will never be the same again, right? Just like when you stretch a rubber band long enough, it will never go back to its original length. I want you to change your point of view and your mind. Okay. So open up your mind to seize new opportunities. That's what we want to do. Ready to start? Let's put OK in the chat and let's get started. Okay. So um, if you see on the screen right now, uh, you see a bunch of tomatoes. Okay, this is not the normal tomato. This is the Italian tomato. Okay, and this is a very important fruit because this was the garden of a guy called Wilfredo Pareto about 300 years ago. Okay, now what he found was when he was growing these tomatoes in his garden, he found that 80% of the tomatoes were coming from 20% of the plant. Okay, and that was very interesting to him. He was also an economist, and when he studied the rich people in Italy, he found that 80% of the wealth belonged to 20% of the people. Okay, so this 80-20 principle is something that we are all familiar with today. Okay, 80% of the problems in your company are coming from 20% of your employees. 80% of the sales of your business is coming from 20% of your salespeople. This 80-20 rule, maybe it's not exactly 80%. Sometimes it could be 85, it could be 90, it could be 70, but roughly the majority. So the idea here, right, is to move your organization, okay, from this 80-20 rule where you have this superstar culture to turn it into an AI and data science culture whereby you have 80% of your team producing 80% level quality of results. Okay, so this is the where you turn the ordinary people into superstars. Okay, how do you do that? And there are four ways to do it. Okay? And we will go into that specifically, but the playbook is one of these ways. Okay, so the agenda today is a little bit of an introduction about me, understanding the problem, exploring the solution. I'm going to give you a sales playbook blueprint that you can immediately use for your business. We're going to go into some case studies and live demos. And then we're going to talk about the next steps about how you can implement this into your business and start winning sales directly. Okay. So let's start moving. Number one, introduction. So it's about me. Okay. Uh, as you know, right, as Julia said, right, my focus is really on helping people grow their sales, but I'm a lot into AI these days. And these are some of the organizations where my work has been featured. I've been featured on these organizations. some of my customers. As you can see, the Sinarmas, I've even worked through Julius with PT Astra and the rest of it, right? So there's some Indonesian companies that also worked with uh, that adds to this list. But really, that's not important, right? Why? Because it is not about what I can do, but it's about what I can do for you, right? That's what's important, right? This is a testimonial from my LinkedIn. There are more testimonials on my LinkedIn. Please connect with me. But whereby by using out of the box thinking, you can actually double, triple, and 10x your sales growth. Okay. In this case, it was to USD multiple millions of dollars, their sales growth. Okay. And we did it within 24 months. Now, I'm going to keep going, okay, to the next level, which is understanding the problem. So, really, this is a very key point because a lot of people think they know the problem, but actually, that's not the problem. It's another problem, right? Imagine you go to the doctor. I'm sure you've known in your family, you've known that people went to the doctor for a particular problem. The doctor gave a solution. They went to the hospital, went for the surgery, went through the whole process. After the surgery was finished, the problem was still there, or the problem became worse, right? You know about all this. Why? Because of the misdiagnosis of the doctor. Okay, so in your business, you are the doctor of your business. So if you make a mistake understanding the problem, you will have the wrong solution, and that won't help your sales. It will hurt your business. So let me give you an example. Yeah. So this is a US example, but uh, the pricing, I'm sure you know, Indonesia, the price of eggs, I'm sure you all know in the market, right? What's the price? But in the US, the price of eggs is $1.50 per pound, right? Now, if you go to the same market, right, and you see the meat, it's $4 a pound. So I guess we can understand, right? Because the chicken for the egg to hatch and then the chicken to grow, it takes 55 days, and the farmer has to bring that for the food to feed the chicken until it grows big. So of course, when they sell the meat, the price is more expensive. Okay, that's understandable, right? And of course, if you go to the restaurant, okay, the the price is $8 a pound. Okay. So the price has gone double. Yeah, of course, fully understood because somebody has to cook the chicken and prepare it. Okay. But here is where it gets interesting. Okay. KFC is $12 a pound. Okay. So what happened there? It's the same fried chicken, but one is selling for 50% more than the other. So put in the chat right now, is it why is it that KFC can sell for 50% more than the corner shop around your house, for example? Put in the chat, or you can just shout out. Why do you think KFC is more expensive, or they can charge more for the same product? Storytelling, yes. Perception, yes. Any more? The brand, yes, correct. Value added, branding, yes, correct. KFC has a famous brand. Yeah, operation system storytelling, very wonderful. You guys are really, thank you for these answers, right? This is really, really interesting. So for some people who said it's a secret recipe, right? Actually, that's not entirely true. Yeah, because the secret recipe of Colonel Sanders was actually leaked out, and it's available on the internet. Right? But if you take this secret recipe, this is written in the hand directly of Colonel Sanders, right? Uh, these are the exact secret recipe that makes KFC so good. But if you take this exact same recipe and you try to start tomorrow your own chicken shop, do you think you could get the same success as KFC? Right? Chances are probably not. So, what is KFC's real secret that allows them to charge a premium? Okay? It's actually a secret recipe, but it's a secret recipe of their system. Okay, the recipe is just one of them, the food recipe, right? It's a secret recipe of their system. So if you look at all famous brands, you will see that they all have a secret recipe of their systems, right? And even if you look at, for example, Gojek and Grab, they are very, very fierce competitors, right? If you look at even the fierce competitors, they are both surviving in the market because they have a secret recipe of their systems. So understand that if you look at the competitors, right? What the competitor, let's take KFC for example. What the competitor can see is the KFC shop. The competitor can taste the KFC chicken. The competitor can see the KFC TV ad. But what's below this is the iceberg, right? The iceberg. Usually they say the iceberg, only 90%, only 10% of the iceberg is visible above the waterline. Below the waterline, 90% of that iceberg is there. That's why it's so big that it even sank the Titanic. Okay. So now let me ask you, okay? Let me ask you today, your secret competitive advantage to win in the marketplace is focusing on this part, right? The invisible to competitor part, right? Because whatever that's above the waterline, your competitor can copy you very fast and it's over, right? Very quickly. So today we're going to focus on this part here, okay? So what is a playbook? Okay, so let me explain what a playbook really is. Okay, it came from American football. It came from the sport. Who follows American football? Put in the chat. Let's see whether you guys follow. Yeah, NBA. Yeah, exactly. Right. So not everybody follows American football, but we can learn from American football. Okay, so American football, right? If you look at the game, it looks like a mad rush for the ball. Yeah, if you look at any game, right, it looks like a mad rush for the ball. But behind the mad rush, there is actually a strategy. Okay, so the strategy or the playbook for American football actually looks like this. Okay, this is just one scenario. And when this scenario, you see here, when the formation looks like this, then our team, to break through the defense of the enemies, our team will need to do the quarterback will need to do this, the center back will need to do this, the front line needs to do this, you need to go like this, you need to go like this. This, the responsibilities of the player, the strategy of the player, the coaching tips, the actions, who needs to do what is inside the playbook for the game to win. Okay, so if you look at here, they already know, this person already knows that I don't stay here, I need to move here. This person already knows. So if you bring this to your business, does your salesperson, or even you for that matter, as a business owner, do you already have a collection of systems? Maybe you do if you have done business for some time and whatever. But does your sales team know what to do correctly to win the game, to win the deal, right? So what do we need to do, right, in the next moment when we see a formation like this, right? So this is really what the playbook is. And in the business world, we also have a playbook, right? Our playbook is a system of delivering value. That's what a sales playbook is. Okay. So, like I said earlier, you have input and you have output. So, you have your business, you have all the ingredients coming in, and you have hopefully profit coming out the other side. But this funnel here is invisible, right? And today we're going to look at one of the invisible pieces, which is your sales system or your sales playbook. Okay. So if you look at sales, right? A lot of people say, what is sales? What is marketing? What is branding? A lot of confusion, right? Very, very confused. So I break it down for you very simply. Okay. Let's start with marketing. Okay. The job of marketing is only one thing, to communicate value. That's all. So they run ads, they create brochures, they do promotions, blah, 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 to create the awareness and the interest. Okay. AIDA. AI is here. DA is here. Okay. They create the marketing creates the awareness and interest. Okay. Once they create the awareness and interest, the sales comes in. Okay. I'm assuming now let's talk about B2B salespeople. Yeah. Because if you're doing an e-commerce business, it's a different model, a bit different model. So let's assume that we're talking about B2B salespeople now, right? So your marketing department will create the ads, will run the website, will do the blogs, will do the promo, the WhatsApp promotion, blah, 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 right? And then you've got the salespeople will follow up, start creating the desire, talking about the product, and then action cause them to sell. Okay. So once they get the sale, okay. But if your user experience, right, is no good, okay, the sale is only once. Okay. You need to deliver a value in a way that the customers keep coming back and back and back. Okay. So that is your brand. Okay. That is your reputation. That is the trust that is built up. So here you have your marketing, sales, and branding as a system for your predictable growth. So we talked about Grab and Gojek just now, right? So Grab and Gojek, KFC, and the next chicken selling brand, right? Everyone have their own unique way of doing this. Okay. And that's why their customers keep coming back and back and back. Okay. So now that you know, we know the problem is actually, that's the introduction. Now we are talking about the problem, right? So the problem of selling without a playbook, that means the problem of selling without a system or SOP for your sales team, right? First of all, if you're the founder, okay, and your relationship is based on relationships, yeah, that means in Indonesia, right? Your founder, your salesperson, right? Uh, you are the bottleneck of your business. You are losing a lot of opportunity because you only have 24 hours in the day and you can only see so many people. And your relationship, whether you're with BNI or whether you're with another company, another organization, it only extends to the extent of your network, full stop. You cannot leverage other people's networks within your team the same way you can for yourself. So the first problem is that as a founder, everything is in your head. So whether you are selling construction, whether you're selling cookware, whether you're selling, Moringa products, the founder's knowledge is stuck in their heads. Okay, that's the first part. The second is your top salespeople, your top performers, right? If for some reason they decide to leave you and go to your competitors, there's a good chance that they will take a lot of your business with you, or there's a good chance that your business will not be better because they left. Okay, so here you have another problem because the sales strategy or the sales SOP, the sales knowledge was not shared. And so when the top salesperson leaves, that's it. They are gone. Okay. So this is another problem. Yeah. And then if you take another new salesperson to come, they are going to take months to be as good as the same as a person who left. Okay. So, and in all this time, your customers are complaining. Yeah, they are not being, sometimes they are not even being serviced correctly. right? And they might go to your competitor. So this is a problem. The third problem, okay, is that your relationships is actually the problem in itself once you hit a certain level, right? So you need to be able to have systems beyond your relationship. If you look at all the brands that I showed you earlier on the screen, right? Whether it's Indomie, whether it's Gojek, whether it's Pertamina, all those brands, they have passed this paradox. They've already broken this paradox. Okay? They have found a way to merge, and I'm coming to the solution now. They have found a way to actually merge relationships with systems. Okay. And so we're just talking about sales today, right? We're not talking about branding. We're not talking about marketing. I'm just focusing today on your sales. They have found a way, the big successful brands that you see out there, they have found a way to merge relationships, but making it a systematic way of building relationships. Okay. So this is what a playbook really is. Now, what's inside a playbook? Well, different things. Okay. It can be a knowledge base. It can be a series of actions. It can be a list of things to handle objections or a list of data to actually make a good impression and answer the right question at the right time. Or it could be a list of things that you can demo, right, for the sales team. So really, this is the essence of a playbook. So imagine now, I want you to take your mind to your own sales team, right? Even your best salesperson, right? Or even yourself, right? Imagine if you are now facing a new customer and you had this at your fingertips, right? Imagine how much more confident you will be. Imagine how much more effective you can be. Imagine how much easier it is and faster it is to close the thing. Okay, so this is the benefit of a playbook. Okay? So we're talking about now the sales blueprint. Okay, what really goes into a sales blueprint? So first of all, right, and before I continue, I just want to share that if you have any questions as I go along, yeah, because once we go through this, we won't go back. So if you have any questions, uh, you can just drop it in the chat, and I will help to answer that immediately, right? So that as long as it's relevant to what's on the slide, right? So one of the key things in a playbook, imagine, right? Currently, right now, if you have to hire a new salesperson, and it's quite common, yeah, salesperson turnover is usually quite high compared to other types of employees. So if you hire a salesperson, what is your onboarding activity, right? When they turn up on the first day of work, what do you ask them to do? They don't know nothing about your company. They don't know how your company works. They don't know about your product. They don't know anything, right? So in this case, the sales playbook will be a very useful tool to give them, right? For them to hit the ground running because their salary is going, whether they are, for the first 3 months or the first month, you have to pay them anyway, whether they are productive or not. So your plan is to make them as productive as quickly as possible, right? So there are 12 sections. I'm going to go section number one now. It's your company and your market foundation. Okay. So number two, and this is specific for Indonesia, right? How to actually talk to the customer on WhatsApp. What is the way that your business should talk, right? How to actually uh, do this. Okay, so I've got a question right now. I'm just quickly reading it, right? How different job description plus KPI combination differ from the playbook? Okay, good point. Yeah. So the playbook works with the job description and the KPI. Yeah. So The job description is basically what needs to be done. Okay. The KPI is how you will measure the salesperson. The sales playbook is how it should be done. Yeah. So job description is the what needs to be done. The sales playbook is how it will be done. Okay. I hope Idrus, I answered your question. Let's keep going. Okay? So how to actually talk the way the founder likes the salesperson to talk. Because right now, the moment the salesperson comes into the company and they start working with the company, we leave our brand to their mercy. That means we leave our brand to any way that they should talk. Yeah, of course, the salesperson. They're trying their best, right? But maybe in their best, they're making some mistakes. And so the fastest way to grow your sales, really, and this is true, yeah, the fastest way to grow your sales is not to make your salesperson better, but it's to stop them from making sales killing mistakes. Yeah. So your salespeople are accidentally making mistakes in the when they're seeing the customers. They don't realize it. Okay. They don't even realize that they're making a mistake. So the sales playbook will actually help them to recognize that, I didn't realize that this. I normally, when the customer asks how much, why your product is so expensive, I normally answer this way. But when I look at the playbook, I found a better answer. So I'm going to use that answer instead, right? So that's for example. So let's keep going. Yeah. So they need to understand that sales process is only one side of the coin because the customer does not care about your sales process. They care about their customer journey, their buying journey. Okay. So how is that customer journey being done correctly? This way, it helps the salesperson to put on the hat of the buyer, right? To put on the hat of the buyer and say, okay, oh, now I understand. This is the customer journey. I know that I just need to make the sale, but the customer is interested in these things, which is so different. So in order for me to make the sale, I need to understand what are the interactions and what is before I pitch, what are the interactions? I need to understand what needs to go into my proposal, how to make the presentation, how to follow up, how often to follow up. All of this needs to be inside the playbook. So the team is very clear. Just remember, yeah, if you talk about the football game, we spoke about American football, NBA, or whatever game that you're talking about, right? When you see the game on TV, it is just a mad rush. It is a mad rush of sales of sportsmen or sportswomen, depending on what you're watching, rushing for the ball. And when they get the ball, they just throw it as quickly as they get the ball, they throw it away to another person, right? They rush for the ball and then they get the ball and then throw it away. It makes no sense actually, right? But they are following a very, very systematic way to ensure that their team wins. And we can do the same. Okay. Then number four, okay, understanding where are the areas if you are focusing on particular customers, particular areas, particular business, particular industries, right? You focus on that, right? Uh, Conversation. What is the correct way? The correct way to get the interest of the buyer. Because remember, that buyer is not just meeting you or meeting your salesperson. That buyer is meeting many, many, many sales people in the day. Okay. And actually, they don't want to meet any more salespeople. So how do you actually open the script in a way that says, that's an interesting way, right? How to actually describe the value, not talking about your product, but talking about the benefits from the customer's point of view. How to talk about price in a way that doesn't make your product look expensive. And how to do the question. So this is all the stuff will go into the playbook, right? The next one is handling objections. So usually objection can come in many ways, but one of the key ways is, can you do it cheaper? Can you do it faster? Okay, this is the usual way they say, right? If you say I can do it by next month, they say, can you do it next week? How do you handle the objections? If you give a price, they say, can you give me, the competitor gave me this price, right? Can you give me cheaper than that price, right? This is the typical thing. So how to handle this in a professional way? Your salespeople, or rather you yourself, okay, are already handling it as best you can. You're already doing this in the market every single day, right? But is it the best way? Are you winning your sales in the way that you like? Okay, so this is where the sales playbook comes in with the best practices. Okay, and then comes closing techniques. This is a big mistake that salespeople, especially newer salespeople, make the mistake. They don't recognize when the customer is ready to buy. Okay, and they keep talking and talking and talking. They miss the signal. Okay, they miss the buying signal to capitalize on it. So the sales playbook will do that. Right? You will tell them about all of these things. And remember, this is not a standard playbook. If you Google sales playbook, you will get so many sales playbooks, okay? But you won't get the sales playbook for your business. Nobody will give you that. You have to build it yourself. Nobody can give you a sales playbook. Currently, half of that playbook, if you're the business owner, is already inside your head. Okay? And what's happening is that every time you hire a new salesperson or you are having a sales meeting or a team meeting, you're taking the same nonsense out, and I call it donkey work, right? Because you're repeating the same thing. And this comes back to your 80-20 rule. Okay? So we talk about 80-20, right? Think about your sales meetings, yeah, the last 5 or 10 sales meetings that you had. Yeah? 80% of it is talking about the same thing. Okay? 80% of those meetings, you're talking about the same problem. Think about all those meetings, right? 80% of those meetings, you're talking about this, you're pulling out from your head the same answer, right? Why don't you put it into a playbook so that your team can read it before they even come to the meeting? So that when they ask that question, you just say, refer to the playbook. It's already there. And if they are not referring to the playbook, then that's a separate conversation you need to have with them. But right now, you have no excuse because there is no playbook for them to refer to. So you have to repeat yourself again and again and again. Imagine if you didn't have to talk about that 80% of that meeting, right? What would you do with that time? How would you spend that time to actually grow your sales if you didn't have to repeat yourself? So this is all examples, right, that I'm sharing with you. Okay, I'm going to speed up a little bit because uh, anyway, you can take screenshots, right? And we can go on. Yeah. So basically, relationship management, talking about digital presence, different types of sales tools. Yeah. So in this case, they must have. A lot of you already have this. Yeah. So you have your price list, uh, but maybe the price list is just the price list. It is not explaining This is the price when the customer says this, but when the customer talks about this is the price and the products and services. Okay, so I have now a question also from Idris. Okay, so Idris is asking about how does AI play a part in the book? Great question, Idris. When the live sales demo, we're going to do a live sales playbook demo, and I will help you to bring that alive. Yeah. So just to answer your question very briefly, what does AI do for the sales playbook? It brings it alive and it puts it in the pocket of every salesperson. Yeah. So that they don't have to refer to it. Okay. Then you have their KPIs are also in the sales playbook. The sales playbook has your revenue goals, uh, and all of these other things that whatever that you're tracking, the sales playbook should be in there. Okay. Sales playbook, of course, has all of this training stuff. Okay. Common scenarios. Customer says your product is too expensive. How to answer in the best practice way. Yeah. The best practice way to answer. Okay. The surveys, the knowledge requirements, okay, the communication standards, incentive system, team motivation, all of this will be in the sales playbook. So in other words, right, if you are a sales manager and your team comes and asks you these everyday questions, right, all of those questions should already be in the sales playbook. So that when they come and talk to you, they should ask you the questions that are already outside the playbook, which is the one-off questions where you can really have a meaningful discussion, right? So that is the power of that. So, Idil, to answer your question, let's look at a real sales playbook example. Yeah. So this is an example of a playbook from Cisco. Okay. So I've just taken some screenshots. Yeah. What we offer, how you benefit. Okay. So this is a simple way that they can quickly pick up. Another one, question your your competitor is offering your product for free. Why should I pay for this product? I can get it free from the competitor. Yeah. So somebody told me the other day, they have a similar problem with WhatsApp Business. I can get WhatsApp for free. Why should I use WhatsApp Business? Right. So these are the kind of questions. Uh, how can we protect ourselves? Right. So this is questions that your customers are asking themselves. Okay. They won't ask you, but they are asking themselves. So the sales playbook will give you answers to the questions that customers are asking themselves or inside the internal team meeting of, say, Bank Mandiri, which is your client, for example. They are asking this question, right? So how can you provide an answer already for them? Okay. Further reading, okay? Links to knowledge base, right? Things that they need to know, whether it's an ebook, whether it's a PDF. Further reading, okay? They're saying your product is not important. Yeah, this is in this case. In this case, this is a playbook from Cisco, and they're selling cybersecurity. Yeah. So the customer is saying, cybersecurity is not our real priority right now. We are more interested in something else. Okay. Or if you're selling training, the customer might say, training is not so important right now for us. We are more interested in productivity. Okay. So like that. Huh? So when the customer says this objection, how to respond and where you can learn more. Okay. So step by step, how to do it. Step one, step two, step three. Okay, so these are examples. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the presentation for a while because we're going to do a live demo. Okay, we're going to actually, yeah, before that, let me just talk about how AI actually comes in. Yeah? So imagine now you have an AI that's actually trained only on your playbook. Okay, so it's a master. We call it a digital twin. So, for example, the founder is so sick and tired of people asking him or her these questions all the time. He said, "Okay, let me create a digital twin of myself. You ask the twin all these questions, okay? And if the twin cannot answer, then come to me, right?" And the way AI is today, we call it agentic AI. If the twin cannot answer this question, the twin can actually book a meeting in the business owner's calendar automatically, right? So if the twin can book a slot, maybe a 15-minute slot or a half an hour slot, or even a longer slot, depending on what's required, the AI agent, the AI sales coach can do all of that, right? If you cannot answer and it's quite as hard, and you can book a meeting with you, and then you can confirm, you send an email to confirm to your email that the meeting has been booked. All that can be done already, right? So why do we need an AI sales coach? Let me give you the science behind this. Okay. So 50 years ago, they did this study, and they have done this study many times again, and the results are always the same. Yeah? This is all US data, but I'm sure in Indonesia it's exactly the same. In the classroom, if you have the teacher teaching in the classroom, okay, this is how much the students, okay, are able to benefit, okay, to get good performance. If the teacher, after the class is finished, gives tuition, extra classes, yeah, we call it tuition, that number jumps to 84%, okay? But if there is one-on-one tutoring, that number goes to 98% higher than this. That means almost double. Yeah. This and this almost double. They call it the two sigma problem. Right? So 50 years ago, when they did the study, they already knew it. But this is the problem, right? 50 years ago, you could move from D to C. Someone scoring a D, you can move that to C. This is in a typical classroom setting, yeah? But if you give them tuition, the same student that you could move from D to a C, if you give them tuition after class, they could move from C to a B. And that same student, if you gave them one-on-one tutoring, they could move from a B grade to an A grade. Okay? This is amazing. But the US government, the education system in the US, they knew that it's impossible to do this one-on-one tutoring because it's too expensive for the teachers, right? To hire the teachers. But today with an AI technology, you can do one-on-one tutoring. And that's why the AI sales coach is done. Okay. So what I'll do now is I will stop and share and maybe let Julius, maybe you can take this and we will just explain, maybe you can just explain a little bit what we have done for Bravo.
Mhm. Okay, actually, it's related to Idrus' question, yeah, about the playbook. They already know about this quote unquote playbook and how can AI also help them. So actually, the process itself, Indra is asking me for collecting data for our services, yeah. In terms of who is our customer, and then what is your the market size, and then even up until the details into the pricing list, and then the most difficult questions that we ask, yeah. And then I give all that to Indran, and Indran crafting me a sales playbook. It should be, I don't know whether you can also share it, but at the end of the product, I have AI chat bot that can help me to tell to my sales team what I usually do, what we had this information about Bravo, and let them also learn from the chatbot itself. I don't know whether we can also do a quick demo, or how is it in?
Yeah, it sounds great. So maybe you can share it. So while Julius is showing off the demo, I'll just explain to you that this it's not the real information for Bravo, right? Because for the demo, we did not put private information in there, right? So in some ways, we can actually share what the sales playbook also looks like, just for you to get an idea of the details that are in there, right? Because it's not the real information, and it is just done for this workshop, just to show you guys, right?
Okay, let me share ya. This is the AI sales coach. So actually, when we use this, is our employee, I mean our sales team, will ask questions through this chatbot, so they can understand what is the correct approach. Yeah, what is the correct approach? It's like moving my brain or making up the replication, like Indran said, this is my twin, yeah. Nah, but this is for the demo purposes only. So this is the way that we show you how we can elevate your sales team to also connect with the customer. Let's say, yeah, what do you want to ask? Maybe Indran. Maybe
Okay.
a salesperson, yeah, here.
Yeah. So maybe
Let's
we
say
can just start.
saya mau memperkenalkan, even very basic ya, Bravo Services ke perusahaan, ke misalnya kita sebut aja ya. Aku biasanya
Yeah.
kalau di Bravo itu banyak kan di perbankan, so I will put it perbankan ke bank
You can put the
OCB
name.
ya di Indonesia. Apa yang perlu saya lakukan? Oke, jadi ini kayak semacam it rather looks like a chat GPT, but it's really connected to your business gitu. Nah, jadi di sini bisa kelihatan teman-teman ini ada sales Bravo-nya harus ngapain nih, riset dulu, lalu kemudian jadwalin pertemuan, lalu kemudian materinya harus menarik, lalu kemudian siapin ke solusinya. Seperti itu. So, ini yang biasanya kita pengen tahu kan kayak gimana. Gitu. Terus kemudian kita bisa ngomongin bahwa oh ya, riset dulu deh gitu. Bantu saya untuk riset. Misalnya gitu ya. Ini tentu
Okay.
pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang simple gitu.
So just just add, yeah, your sales playbook is only as good as your data. Julius, do you want to share maybe an example of what's inside the sales playbook?
Yes, yes.
Because then they will know. Because if there is detail about the company and the research, the AI can answer. But if it doesn't have that, then the AI will be less effective, right? So maybe you just quickly scroll, and the sales playbook is almost 100 pages long. Yeah, just for your information.
So this is the backbone, guys, for the playbook ya. Uh, I don't know. I think it's more than 100 ya. So it start
Yeah,
from
it's almost 100. Yeah, it's 91 pages.
it start from the our positioning as a company ya,
Yeah,
transformational approach, and then we do the framework or the values. Yeah, our values is play, the partnership, learning, adaptability, and youthfulness, and then it goes right down to the all the services that we do, the pricing itself, our pricing of and our program type. Let's say we want to do the goal setting and growth mindset. The investments range from 15 million to 35 million, and then a typical ROI timeline is two up to 3 months. Yeah. Then what is the package option? And it goes down and down, 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 down sampai semuanya nih teman-teman ya. Aku scrolling ini berdasarkan generic information that I gave to Indran, and also the analysis of the industry, and also the most frequently asked question as well gitu. Nah, ini contohnya kayak gini ya. Jadi ini contohnya kayak misalnya objection handling ya. Jadi handling objectionnya seperti apa sih? In terms of value perceived objections itu seperti apa? Contohnya ini kayaknya mahal deh dibandingin training yang lain. Oh kayaknya cuma main-main doang, dapat nggak sih hasilnya? Walaupun itu nggak diomongin langsung ya, teman-teman, ini the most important question is atau the most important response is our clients mungkin nggak bakal tanya langsung kayak gitu. Cuman moringa misalnya gitu atau daun kelor, memang efeknya apa sih? Mungkin mereka nggak ngomong directly ya, tapi itu yang terjadi di dalam alam pikiran bawah sadar mereka, atau bahkan yang mereka ngomongin juga sama teman-temannya setelah kita pergi apa namanya visit ke mereka, kita lakukan presentasi, terus kemudian setelah selesai ini yang dipikirin sama mereka, ini kayaknya cuma main-main doang deh. Terus kemudian timingnya gimana? Aduh, terlalu sibuk nih Pak, ini kan kita lagi Q1 lagi ngejarin target, Q2 nggak ada, ini terlalu busy deh gitu. Ntar aja deh gitu. Pikir-pikir lagi dan sebagainya. Dan ini ternyata ada jawabannya juga berdasarkan dari pengalaman yang udah ada gitu teman-teman. Jadi terus lanjut terus ke bawah, ini scrollingnya kayak gini ya. Jadi ini yang disebut dengan sales playbook. Apakah kita sudah punya nih model yang seperti ini ketika kita deliver ke tim salesnya kita gitu loh. Nah, ketika kita udah punya tanda kutip mungkin selengkap ini, maka akan lebih bagus juga bagi tim sales kita. Kalau tadi kan dibilangnya apa tuh, apakah ini apalah yang dilakukan sama AI atau dilakukan sama employee gitu ya. Nah, ini kita yang menyiapkan nih teman-teman. Jadi sales leaders and also business owner, you should put your time and energy to set up this sales playbook, but in a fun and easier way. I mean, ketika bikin ini, I didn't do like deep interview with Indran, but actually we already did some project together. Indran also saw me and how I can interact with the clients, and so how can we deliver the service as well to the clients gitu. Jadi and also I think yes, several times Indran and me also meet up with the business owners and also do a sales pitch. I believe Indran also catch that sense as well ya. Ini turun
Yeah.
lagi sampai ke bawah sampai pricingnya, sampai kemudian industri apa sih, terus kemudian jawabannya kayak gimana sih. Jadi yang pintar itu bukannya cuma kita doang sebagai business owner, tapi kita bisa ngobrolin ini semua sama sales teamnya kita gitu. Contohnya apa sih? Gimana caranya kalau bikin brief atau katakanlah kita bikin proposals itu seperti apa? Ini bisa dimasukin ke sini juga gitu. Terus kemudian bahkan sampai ke ini agak panjang nih ya. eh, Bisa sampai ke financial modelnya juga gitu. Gimana caranya nih gitu kalau kita mau running workshop delivery servicesnya seperti apa. Kalau kita mau carinya itu bentuknya dalam training and certification kayak gimana. Materials and toolsnya kayak gimana. By the way, ini cuma yang ditunjukin di sini adalah yang generiknya aja ya teman-teman ya. Bukan our Bravo quote unquote real ones, tapi kita punya yang real ones ya, tapi buat tujuan kali ini kita kasih tunjuknya yang seperti ini aja. Contohnya bahkan misalnya, oh kalau misalnya materi ini kita mesti dapatnya dari mana ya? Kita punya suppliers, kita punya vendors yang bisa isi seperti ini. Jadi begitu si salesnya nanya, nggak usah nanya lagi, Pak Jule, kok Jule, biasanya kok Jule sih ya, kok Jule, ini aku nyarinya dari mana? Nah, mereka langsung bisa type in into the chatbotnya aja, gitu. Minimal apapun yang mereka bisa tanya kan mereka bisa tanya 24/7 ya. Sebelum aku bisa reply, tanya mereka bisa masukin juga gitu sih. Nah, ini sih mungkin apa namanya pages-pages yang mungkin kita punya untuk bisa teman-teman tahu sales playbook tuh kayak gimana sih? What you get, what you will get and what we will deliver is the sales playbook yang selengkap ini gitu. Thank you, back to you Indran.
Yeah. So wait, Julius, I think what needs to happen is there are a couple of questions which you can actually test. So you just can copy and paste it maybe, or you can use voice. It also works with voice, yeah. So you
Hmm,
can show your Telegram again, and
ya,
you can do a voice. You do a voice demo for them because the salespeople when they are on the field, they have no time to type all these things. So they need to be able to just use a voice. Sometimes they are, in the Gojek or whatever, right? They are just on the way, lagi di jalan, right? So they need to be fit to their lifestyle, right?
ya. Oke. Let me check ya. Misal contohnya begini. Kita lagi di Gojek terus bilang ini, klien saya minta ngurangin harga nih, harganya belum masuk nih Pak, gimana ya? Nah, terus kemudian apa sarannya supaya kita bisa memenangkan tender ini nih? Karena ngurangin harganya sampai 50% nih, suka minta diskonnya keterlaluan deh Pak. Gimana ya caranya ya? Dan nanti AI-nya akan mengelola nih. Nah, jadi dikasih ajaran juga nih, knowledge nih, 50% tuh bisa sangat menantang nih, terus akhirnya suruh tekanin harga dari Bravo, nggak cuma sekedar harga, tapi investasinya jangka panjang, karena lebih tinggi. Terus kemudian gimana kalau misalnya ceritain juga nih klien kita dengan harga demikian, terus kemudian sebanding nih, ada dapat profit atau katakanlah dapat return of investment-nya itu sekian gitu. Terus kemudian bisa nggak sih kalau ternyata kita mungkin dikecilin kali skala project yang tadinya mungkin workshopnya itu 1 hari, mungkin ya teman-teman ya, gimana kalau cuma 2 jam kan budgetnya cuma segitu, jadi kita kasihnya mungkin 2 jam atau 3 jam aja gimana, atau justru malah opsi pembayaran. Oh, kayaknya berat nih untuk membuat misalnya katakanlah trainingnya 50 juta. Gimana kalau kita bagi dalam 3 termin pembayaran? Jadi kan bayarannya lebih ringan gitu. Nah, misalnya contohnya gitu. Jadi ini yang saya biasanya ngobrol juga sama tim kita kan. Oh, opsinya kayak gini. Tapi kadang-kadang orang nggak kepikiran, yang penting ada aja lah gitu. Nah, ini bisa kita langsung tanya. Begitu. Mungkin ini menjawab juga. Jadi fleksibilitasnya itu bisa kita ngobrol, bisa kita type in. Kadang-kadang kalau ngetik-ngetik kepanjangan, ya udah nggak tinggal ngomong aja, curhat aja. Kita kan work hard, play hard, curhat. So ini adalah salah satu untuk curhatnya, ngobrolnya langsung sama apa sales coach kita. Kita bilangnya ini sales coach ya. Jadi bukan buat dikasih ke customer, tapi justru tim kita untuk belajar sebagai sales yang baik itu seperti apa sih, dan sales yang sesuai dengan company kita kayak gimana sih. Setiap company akan punya cara menjawab yang berbeda. Jadi ini yang dikasih di sini pasti beda sama teman-teman nanti punya. Teman-teman nanti punya kita crafting sesuai dengan values, sesuai dengan company-nya masing-masing. Gitu. Back to you, Indran.
Thank you so much, Julius. I really appreciate all your time. So yeah, definitely back to me. Let me just cut my Zoom now. I'm going to quickly share my screen again. Okay. So I'm actually going to talk about, we've already talked about, now we're going to talk about this one. How many of you actually have heard of this brand, F and N?
Yes,
Anybody knows this brand?
the
Yes,
drink.
okay. Yeah, great. Actually, these you may not have heard of the brand. It's a Singaporean company, but you may have heard of their brands, right? And some of these brands are actually in Indonesia as well. Okay. So we are working with them right now, and we've built a sales coach demo specifically for their salespeople to actually use. So because I can only show you the demo version, I cannot show you the actual version, but the demo version I'm going to show you now. Yeah. So because they have salespeople in many different countries. Okay. So each of these countries they have their own language, right? So for Indonesia, the coach has to speak Indonesian, for example, right? And stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you, uh, share my screen right now. And I'm actually going to show you the sales coach demo. Okay. So this one is Lisa. Okay. And so what Lisa does is Lisa is designed to increase the order value, cross-selling, upselling, because it's data-driven. Yeah, that means it knows that it's connected to the back end of the company, so it can pull from their ERP, it can pull from their inventory system, the the latest orders and stuff like that. Okay, so this is a much more sophisticated demo compared to what you just saw with Bravo. It when they go to the different supermarket or the different whatever, okay. So this demo was done for Malaysia, for their salespeople in Malaysia, right? So I'm going to show you. So look at some of the questions that you can ask, and maybe later we can go through that, right? So I'm visiting 7-Eleven in one place. What can I cross sell? Okay. I'm at this supermarket. What are the cross-selling? So all this first one is just cross-selling, right? Some of the questions you can ask, right? If it's for Ramadan, right? What should I do, right? And then in terms of implementation of the promotions, because the company already has got the marketing materials and set up. So show me how to set up for the Ramadan thing inside 7-Eleven. Show me how to do it, right? Uh, what are the verification points? The checklist, for me to check that I've done mine correctly. Uh, this store is very small, okay? I cannot do the standard display. How can I modify? How can I change it? Okay. So they have the different brands, yeah, for the different brands, and then basic product knowledge, because they have so many brands, and people you can forget. When the customer asks you a certain question, you can forget. So like, what is the sugar content in this drink, right? I'm standing in front of the customer. How do I know this, right? But it's inside the playbook, and it's sitting in my app that I can immediately check. Okay. Uh, the competitor has just, before you came to the meeting, the competitor just arrived and talk to the buyer. Now the buyer is interested in that competitor product. Now they're asking you, about the competitor product. How do you answer, right? Handling objections and stuff like that. So this is just examples, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a live demo again, and what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to maybe drop in the chat, see whether I can get access to the chat, and drop in the chat what questions you would like to ask this bot, right? If you've got some questions that you want to ask the FNN sales AI coach, we can ask some questions, and then you can see how it answers, right? And the way it answers is very different from what you saw earlier because the design was Bravo was designed for Indonesian salesperson who's selling Lego Serious Play. This one is a company that's selling beverages and it's selling B2B, right, to supermarket, hypermarket. So it talks very different. Any
Okay, Indra,
questions
I
about
think I catch questions or a lot of questions that very important before we go through with the demo itself, yeah, Indra. So I think the key question earlier with Andrew is asking, so founders are expected to be able to answer all of these questions, then create the sales playbook. Is it the correct mindset or the correct approach? I mean, do I already, like, let's say I mentioned before when I talk with Indran and also my team also talk with Indran, we quote unquote don't have a lot of or not what is called. You're asking the right question for me to answer, and then it comes down into 90 pages or whatsoever. It's not necessarily that I provide you 90 pages, right, Indran?
Yeah, correct. So this is the unique part about it, right? So if you work with me, I will give you a sales playbook. Okay? Even though you give me little information.
Mhm.
But here's the problem, right? That playbook is only as useful as the data that you put into it. So if you expect me to create the sales playbook, I think I will do it for you because this is what we do for clients, right? They give us. But if you don't give me enough information, or if you don't share the right information that's helpful to your business, then the sales playbook, the AI sales coach, can only give you half useful answers. If you give me comprehensive, very related to your business scenarios, the typical pricing objections that's related to your particular business and how you're handling it in a good way, and we can because I'm also a sales coach on my own, right? I help companies grow together. We can actually build a sales playbook, but I really need the founders of the top leadership team's input. And we usually do that through a workshop. Yeah, it's a 4-hour workshop whereby we actually pull that information. It's a structured process where we pull that information out of the head of the teams. So it is not a painful thing whereby I suddenly give you a list of questions and ask you to come up with a 100-page document. It's not like that. We actually go through some exercises where you come up through some activities that you actually come up with the data that's required. That's how it's done.
Okay. And also Johnny Loan, Pak Johnny sudah tulis question to try on the FNN question.
Yeah,
The
correct.
question is,
Okay.
which product will give me the most sales commission?
Okay.
Can it
So
answer?
that's a great question, and this is the first question that a salesperson should ask, right? Uh, Unfortunately, that data was not put into the demo, right? And typically it comes as the second part of the later part of the sales playbook, where we talk about the commission scheme, the rewards, the whatever else. So that question is a bit difficult to answer for the sales coach right now because it's not inside its database. That's
Hmm.
why. But why don't I just for fun, let's just ask this question anyway. Let's just see whether it can do that or not. Okay, so let's ask Lisa. exactly what Johnny asked and see. Going to copy and paste from the chat. So Johnny, you said what uh, what product will give me the highest. Okay, let's see. So
So
right now it's
actually,
searching.
uh,
Yeah,
the the program itself or the solution itself is a done with you activities. Yeah, I mean, it will be a collaborative effort between the clients and us
right,
to create the sales playbook as well.
right. Okay. So the so Lisa has understood it to mean that your commission will be very big if you can do this strategy. So it is not because it doesn't know. Lisa doesn't know uh, what is the commission scheme for each product. So all she's trying to do is she's trying to be helpful. So what she's saying is that uh, this is the combination that will give you a lot of sales. And because you get a lot of sales, you are going to get a lot of commission because she doesn't know the commission, right? But oh, sorry. For some reason, the demo maybe is deactivated. But anyway, you can see here some of the. I think this demo has been deactivated, but you can see some of the previous questions, right? Uh, Small format store, how to do the Ramadan display, and stuff like that. Okay. So the idea here, uh,
Actually, Indran, let me
yeah,
share you just for fun. Yeah, once again, this is
yeah,
just for fun. So I put
yeah.
it. I put the same question to the Bravo AI. Yeah. So
Oh,
Aditya
okay.
said that sales Bravo is a Lego Serious Play Workshop tend to yield the highest commission. And well,
Right.
yeah, this is just for fun as well. Yeah, for the for the good reason it is karena itu jualan pertamanya Bravo. Jadi kita jualannya kan dengan Lego Serious Play Workshop ya teman-teman ya. Jadi Lego Serious Play itu ya karena ya itu high demand juga karena it's talking about the how the workshop is delivered. It's fun activities, and then we had a lot of clients do repetitive project as well, and it's also customizable. I mean, even the same tools, even we play the Lego Bebek, we can also see from different angles. We can see from the smart goal setting angle, we can see from the mental blocks angle, we can see by the integrity angle. So it's good to deliver the Lego Serious Play workshop. We have a lot of workshop actually from Bravo, but yeah, as our key workshop is yeah the Aditya know that LSP brings you the best or the biggest commission actually. I think this is the for the fun, yeah, Indra. So
Yeah.
we can also show this one. Okay.
Andrew, how did you create Lisa, right? So Lisa is actually an agentic AI based on an agentic AI framework. We have a front end, a middleware, and a back end, right, to drive Lisa. So this comes from I have an AI automation agency. We are partnered with a company called Human Inc. Human Inc. Separate, uh, separate separate company that actually builds AI solutions, right? And so, if you're interested in building AI solutions, we've got different AI solutions that we build for customers. The sales AI sales coach is only one of them, right? So, if you're interested to learn more about AI solutions, while I'm on this call, maybe I'll just show you one other example where we built for a company in Singapore that could be interesting. And this is not part of the sales playbook, but I just want to share with you. One second. So this is actually an example of when you have a salesperson, right, who has to create a proposal, and the usual when the customer says, I'm interested to talk to you, send me a proposal. So normally what happens is that proposal will take a long time to do because salesperson has to get the data and then blah, 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 right? And sometimes for a complex proposal, so let me just share my screen. I'll show you a complex proposal like so say a complex proposal whereby you've got executive summary, the different training modules, right? Implementation approach, expected outcomes, the funding, and of course in Singapore they have the grants, so the calculation of the grant, okay, information, case study, okay, uh, okay. So this stuff, okay, normally takes about 3 working days to do. Right now, it can be done in 5 minutes. Okay? All the salesperson does is they input the details in there. These two are pulled from the CRM system anyway. And then the business situation. Once it's filled in, automatically that sales proposal automatically gets created for them. They just edit it to what they like, and then they send to the customer, right? Something which took 3 days now does takes 20 minutes, 15 minutes to fill up the form, and 5 minutes to generate the proposal. Right? So this is some of the stuff of the AI automation stuff, along with Lisa, right, and the other stuff that we do. This is the AI automation part of it. But today's discussion is not really about AI automation and stuff, right? So we're just talking about the sales playbook. So let us continue the sales playbook. So we're now come to the end of the session, and just as a recap, yeah, so we talked about the sales playbook, we talked about the potential, right? Uh, and now you have the option. You have the blueprint. Okay, you could actually build it yourself. You have everything you need. If you want to build it yourself, just take the screenshot and it's there, right? It's a 9-step process, very simple. And but simple doesn't mean easy. Yeah, simple. It's a simple process, but it's not so easy. It takes time, right? So you can build it yourself, as I said, or we could build it together. All right. So this is the option. So we have a workshop coming up in May, whereby it's a two day workshop back to back. Yeah, a two day workshop, 2 hours back to back, Thursday, Friday, and whereby it's designed specifically for business owners. And the beauty about this workshop, right, uh, is that you will actually get a sales playbook where we talked about, right? That kind of sales playbook ready to implement in your business. Right? So at the end of the workshop, you already have a sales playbook to work with. It will be led by me, yeah, to actually help companies to actually grow. And because it's 2 hours plus 2 hours, this will be good for founders or sales leaders, right? And it is a proven framework that we are using, right? This is very important. So you may not know this, but I was actually trained by a guy called Dan Tyre in Boston in the US. Dan Tyre actually was the head of sales for HubSpot. Actually, he's still the head of sales. Yeah. So he grew HubSpot from 1 million to $100 million in 7 years. Okay. Today, HubSpot is $1 billion company. Okay. So, and he's still the head of sales. So I learned everything I know from him. And of course, I've done a lot of other work as well with other companies. Okay. So what you need to know, right, is this is a curated workshop. Means that we're working with non-competitive industries because this is about sales playbook, right? We make sure that you are not directly with another competitor, right? So if you're, for example, you're selling Lego Serious Play and you're selling uh, training solution related to Lego and stuff like that, nobody from Lego can come to that same workshop, right? Somebody from manufacturing or somebody selling cookware can come, right? But nobody from Lego or competitors or Bravo will be able to do that, right? So this is the key thing, right? So that's all from me. Just remember, yeah, that the sales playbook is absolutely critical. Okay, and I wish you all the best making your sales playbook. You have everything you need right now to actually go for it. Uh, don't remember that if you forget everything I said about this thing, remember the one thing, which is the fastest way to increase sales is not to improve your sales team with new strategies. It's to stop them from making sales killing mistakes, which they don't realize they're doing. This is the fastest way for you to go. Thank you very much. I'm great. I really appreciate the team at Bravo and Juliet, Juliet, and the rest of it to actually invite me. And you've been a great audience. Thank you for all your questions and stuff like that. If there's any more, I'll be around for the next 5 minutes. I've got another meeting up ahead, but I'll be around for the next 3 to 5 minutes to answer any specific questions.
Oke,
Over
silakan
to you.
Ibu Bapak kalau ada yang mau bertanya langsung aja raise up and then ask your question as well. Silakan Pak Peter.
Hello, hello, Bro Julie.
Halo, halo.
Yeah, hello, Indran.
Hi.
Hey, I want to asking about from the text. So how to train our sales team effectively and efficiently, especially train their mindset about the sales playbook, and how to train them in short period less than 1 month. Because I think making a playbook is another job, but to train them is especially train their mindset and
Yes,
habit.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
that's another job. And how to know that our team is already know the sales book well and ready to use it to our customer.
Yeah. So the sales playbook and the mindset are two separate things. Okay. To fix the mindset, you need to focus on a lot of other soft skill type of challenges. So if I'm not mistaken, Bravo has something called personality for salespeople, right? So please reach out to Juliet, after after the session to learn more about the mindset thing. Uh, with regard to sales playbook, right? Imagine the sales we when we talk about sales playbook, we try to have minimal training for salespeople. Why? Because salespeople don't like to sit in the training, number one. So what we do is with the AI sales coach, the training is there, what we call micro learning. That means just in time, just enough. Yeah, just in time training, just enough. So if you look at the chat there, the sales playbook is more than almost 100 pages long, but to the salesperson, it's only one bite size to swallow at time is enough. If you give the salesperson the entire sales playbook, you have two problems. The first problem is they won't read it because it's too long. Second problem is when they leave, they will take the sales playbook with them, which is not good for you, right? So the sales playbook should be kept with the leadership only, and we only give them the thing they need to know, right? So there should be two versions of the playbook. One is the sales playbook for the sales team, and then there's the core knowledge base of the company, right? Which makes your digital twin. Right? So that's why for sales playbook, not much training is required except how to use Telegram, right? How to use Telegram, or we can also do it on WhatsApp or different, or we can even build a special app just for the company because sometimes the company wants a special app because they don't want the data going to a third party. It's fine. We can do all of that. Yeah.
Oke, Pak Peter. Jadi ada dua. Thank you, Indran. So ada dua ya. Satu yang buat sales playbook yang panjang kayak lebar itu, Pak Peter. Itu is one thing, and it is for you, for the business owners. And then the other one is the implication of the sales playbook. The application is we using the Telegram. You can also use it on the WhatsApp. You can also use it on the special apps. And what we do is we deliver the knowledge is on the bite size ya. Jadi satu-satu. Jadi kalau mau tanya, mereka juga tinggal tanya satu-satu. Jadi itu ramah buat otak kita. Jadi itu udah kita buktikan bahwa oh pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang simpel-simpel itu buat mereka ngerti dibanding baca buku secara keseluruhan. Kesalahan kita kadang-kadang kasih training terus kemudian 2 hari lupa gitu kan. Nah, yang berikutnya lagi kita punya namanya si personality yang crafting khusus untuk sales. Jadi kita lakukan pelatihan workshopnya, makanya aku sama Indra juga gabung. Kenapa? Karena dari sisi humannya kita jagain dari sisi mindsetnya ini gitu. Dicuci lagi gitu loh Pak Peter. Jadi Pak Peter akan ketemu, Bro Peter akan ketemu sama tim salesnya, sama diriku. Jadi kita punya satu paket yang bisa kasih solusi keseluruhan. Dan tanggal 15-16, if you ask or if you haven't noticed, tadi Indra cepat banget, dia memang kasih taunya cepat gitu, tapi nanti kita akan berikan informasi tanggal 15 dan 16, kita punya workshop yang langsung bisa bikin sales playbooknya seperti yang Indra contohin tadi, gitu, dari FNN dan juga dari Bravo. Ada satu pertanyaan lagi, can you stay back for one more question, Indra?
Yeah, sure, sure. No problem.
Oke, Pak William, silakan Pak William.
Iya, halo. Ini saya William.
Yes, Pak.
Ini mau nanya, kalau misalnya kan kita kan ada jualan apa vending machine gitu kan, otomasi
Mhm.
retail. Kita kalau misalnya jualan vending machine, kita kan tadi saya ada lihat demonya. Demonya kalau dia berarti kita ngechat apa dia bisa jawabin kayak kayak Jet GPT gitu ya.
Gitu.
Cuman nanti datanya itu kita siapin dari Excel, nanti dia tarik data dari Excel gitu atau nanti dia cara connect-nya gimana ya? Connect dari data base yang kita ada, misalnya customer kita,
Hmm.
produk-produk yang laku. Kita kan
Hmm.
jual vending kan dari minuman, es
Betul.
krim, mainan. Nanti kan kita kan kantornya di Pangeran Jayakarta kita kan.
Hmm.
Nah ini dia kalau mau bikin chatbot kayak tadi, apakah nanti workshopnya bikin chatbot kayak tadi workshopnya itu ya?
Oh, tanggal 15-16 ya?
Tanggal 12 itu bikin
Betul.
chatbot kayak tadi, apakah ada langganan lagi nanti dia punya API, langganan
Oh,
apa itu. Maksudnya
oke.
apa langsung bisa tarik data dari Excel atau gimana sistemnya gitu.
Oke,
Itu
you got
yang
it, Indra?
Yeah, I think I got it. So, Pak William, the short answer is that on the 15 and 16, it's nothing to do with AI or data. It's only about building the sales playbook in a Word document, which you will get in the end, right? That is the output. So regarding building a sales coach or building, as what Johnny talked about earlier, right? Building a playbook for the production team. That means with SOPs and manuals and stuff. That is more a separate conversation. It's very doable, yeah, because we are pulling data from. If you have Excel, we pull it from Excel. If you have an ERP system with an API call, we can pull it from there. So the that is a more technical answer. But for the 15-16, we will not be touching the data and pulling any of this. It will only be creating a sales playbook for your business.
Oh, oke oke.
Oke,
Itu berarti terpisah ya berarti ya. Oke
terpisah.
oke.
Jadi besok itu tanggal 15-16 itu kita
Iya,
akan ngomongin tentang si sales playbooknya yang seperti ditunjukin tadi.
Facebook. Iya
Nah,
yang tadi
di
yang
situ nanti Pak William akan dapat pertanyaan-pertanyaan. You will answering questions selengkap-lengkapnya supaya bisa memenuhi si sales playbooknya itu. Nah, tahapan kedua, the next step is we will go deeper into the AI or
Yeah,
the chatbot
that
ya.
that is a different. It's a different because on that 15-16, it's 2 hours and 2 hours. That's all. We only have 4 hours. We have
Mhm.
no time to pull Excel from you and then from another person, another CRM. We have no time to do those kind of things, right? So that will be a custom solution for your company, right? So if you're interested in that, we can have a separate call and say, okay, how can I implement a solution like this in my business, right? That's how we will be doing it. Yeah.
Oke,
Oke.
thank
Anyway,
you Pak Julius and Mr. Indra.
yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Dan.
so
I
much.
think you will jump into another thing ya.
Yes, correct. I have to go. So
Oke.
please keep more of the questions going to Pak Julius, and then maybe I should try to happen to answer it when you meet up. But thank you again, everyone. I have
Thank you,
to go.
Indran. Thank you, bye-bye Indran.
Take
So,
care. Bye-bye.
aku akan take lead-nya untuk kali ini. Jadi, secara informasinya tadi sudah disampaikan sama Indran. Beberapa teman-teman tadi kalau sempat capture, ya silakan di-capture dulu aja. Apa yang kita lakukan adalah setelah ini, saya izin kepada teman-teman semua, para peserta yang di sini, kita akan blast juga informasi tentang 15 dan 16. Itu satu. Yang kedua, kita akan punya directly call maybe around 15 to 30 minutes exclusively with Indran. Jadi pasti kebutuhan kita pasti kan beda-beda ya. Mungkin baru dengar kali ini, oh ini sales playbook nih, ini apa sih gitu, kita baru tahu, dan kemudian, oh ini kita gimana implementasinya, mungkin pembicaraan butuh waktu lebih lama, so we'll do the one-on-one, session, it will be on Zoom as well, karena Indran base-nya di Singapura, teman-teman. Jadi antara Singapura or Malaysia, dan dia juga tadi join dari Singapura, dan sekarang di Singapura harusnya jamnya jam 12. Jadi itu dia tadi pakai jam dia, jadi oh ya jam 12 aku udah selesai. Dan yang kedua, kita ngomongin ketika tanggal 15 dan 16, kita menyusun kepada yang tadi sempat saya sharing kepada teman-teman, yaitu secara gambaran besarnya ya, secara gambaran besarnya tentang si sales playbook tersebut gitu. Jadi yang akan rekan-rekan dapatkan di dalam waktu 2 jam per hari, kita 2 jam lakukan workshop, terus kemudian kita akan ada PR. Nah, apa yang akan teman-teman dapatkan adalah the structure of the playbook ya, seperti ini. Structure of the playbook ini kita akan buat seperti ini. Jadi ini totalnya mungkin ada 92 pages yang akan dibantu sama Indran in terms of consulting, itu kita akan masukin juga ke dalam bentuknya dalam bentuk AI juga. Jadi ini ajaibnya, bukan ajaib ya. Nanti kita punya pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang mesti kita jawab, dan kita dalam waktu 2 kali pertemuan itu bisa mengisi pages 3 to 92 gitu ya, dengan bantuan dengan Indran gitu. Jadi at the end of the program, teman-teman punya dapat si self playbook yang seperti ini, yang isi kontennya seperti ini. Tetapi masing-masing jawaban ini pasti kan jawabannya sendiri-sendiri. Contohnya kayak aku nih, oh ya, lihat dari mana market overview-nya untuk di aku kan di bidangnya corporate training. Jadi ini yang kita masukin ke dalam self playbook. Apakah kita tahu dari mana ini, dari research dari mana? Nanti Indra yang akan kasih tahu, yang akan bisa pandu supaya bisa dapat research-nya gitu. Lalu kemudian kita masukin juga, kalau di kita di Bravo kita punya value adalah play gitu. Ada partnership, learning, adaptability, and youthfulness. Gimana itu bisa terkonek sama kita dan seterusnya. Nanti punya pertanyaan-pertanyaan yang mungkin teman-teman harus jawab dalam waktu tadi ya. Satu tanggal 15 kita dapat pengetahuannya, biasanya ada PR, tanggal 16-nya kita bahas bareng-bareng, dan di akhir tanggal 16 itu punya satu playbook yang bisa digunakan untuk business owners. Tetapi langkah selanjutnya, if you want to go through with the sales playbook and also the implementation, kita punya seperti tadi kata Bro Peter. Bro Peter juga nanya, ini gimana tentang mindsetnya? Ini gimana tentang bagaimana pakai yang ini? Kalau AI-nya memang sudah disesuaikan untuk menggunakan yang paling basic adalah dengan Telegram. Nah, lalu kemudian kalau misalnya mau masukin ke WhatsApp atau justru punya aplikasi sendiri yang terintegrasi kepada sistemnya teman-teman, misalnya kayak, oh ya aku udah buka dari aplikasi ini, atau aku pengen punya aplikasi sendiri, ini bisa consult sama Indran berhubungan dengan artefak atau hasil produk jadinya. Yang kedua adalah kita ngomongin tentang bagaimana mindsetnya. Di Bravo sendiri punya training-training yang berhubungan dengan sales mindset juga. Kita bilangnya dengan personality. Dengan bermain, kita kenal mereka bagaimana bisa breakthrough-nya juga. Exercise-nya kayak gimana? Kita akan punya programnya juga. Kurang lebih kemarin kita sudah bicarakan, it will be running around 3 months ya. 3 months of program, ada program untuk si sales playbook di AI-nya, lalu kemudian ada training di sales-nya. Kenapa 3 bulan? Karena kita bisa lihat behavior change itu 3 bulan. Dan pas banget kita ngadainnya kan di Maret nih ya, berarti kan Q1 sudah mau habis nih gitu kan, di akhir Maret itu udah Q1 udah habis. Nah teman-teman jadi punya rencana for the next Q2, 2, 3, 4 untuk bisa pakai ini juga. Jadi nggak ketinggalan. Yang berikutnya lagi, kalau udah ngomongin tadi programnya AI-nya dapat, terus kemudian dari sisi intervensi human-nya, yaitulah kita punya pelatihannya. Nah, ini nanti kita akan gabungkan dan kita akan evaluasi dalam 3 bulan gitu. Makanya tadi kan Indran bilang bahwa, oh ya, biasanya dia bikin 10x gitu kan, artinya 10 kali lipat dari revenue yang didapatkan. Nah, kita juga akan bisa review juga dalam 3 bulan ini naik nggak ya revenue-nya, is it working atau enggak gitu. Yang kita mau tawarkan adalah sebenarnya ke arah solusi seperti itu. Jadi semoga teman-teman dapat pemahamannya, dapat perkenalannya dulu. Sekarang memang sesi ini adalah sesi introductory, kita cuma kasih tahu bahwa oh ada sales playbook, lalu kemudian yang paling penting tadi Indran menurut saya sih hook-nya dapat ya, yaitu bukan training supaya mereka jadi lebih jago dalam training, bukan. Jangan berpikir bahwa kita akan menjagokan sales trainer kita atau sales team kita, tapi justru kita menghindari dari mereka melakukan kesalahan-kesalahan quote unquote yang membunuh sales kita gitu kan. Itu yang paling penting sih kalau ngomongin tentang training supaya jadi trainer paling sales paling jago, ini paling, nah masalahnya yang kita ketemui adalah justru malah kita terjebak pada kesalahan-kesalahan remeh yang ternyata bikin kita sales-nya nggak close. Nah, mungkin itu sih teman-teman ya, key takeaways-nya pada hari ini. Kalau nanti teman-teman dapat informasi, kita akan WA, satu tentang tanggal 15 dan 16. Yang kedua, kalau misal ternyata Anda butuh nih, aku kayaknya butuh deh one-on-one session, Zoom call dengan Indran, kita akan susunkan juga, karena mungkin permasalahannya, nggak bisa nih, aku pengennya mau langsung execute sekarang. Kayak tadi Pak Peter bilang, sebulan bisa nggak? Sebulan bisa. Contohnya apa? Kayak kemarin yang kita buat untuk Bravo, it's less than 1 month sih sebenarnya. Pak Peter. Jadi aku bikin itu dalam waktu 2 minggu gitu. Jadi kumpulin teman-teman sales team aku, lalu kemudian ngobrol sama Indran, back and forth, dan itu 2 minggu selesai sih gitu. Sampai ke ujung, sampai hasil terakhir ya, sampai bisa jadi chatbotnya di Telegram gitu. Dan itu bukan 2 minggu setiap hari ketemu sih, Bro Peter. Jadi kita ya paling seminggu sekali atau seminggu 2 kali aku call kayak dia gini, yang bentuknya kayak Zoom aja, terus kemudian bisa running gitu. Jadi itu nggak straining your time, nggak straining your apa namanya, your effort juga untuk lakukan ini gitu. Berapa lama? Biasanya kayak tadi sih 2 jam, karena kalau udah 4 jam kita pasti stress out lah gitu. Ini aja kalau kita panjangin lebih lama lagi, mungkin teman-teman akan lebih kobong lagi ya, lebih lebih ngebul lagi gitu. Jadi ini pelan-pelannya seperti itu gitu. Jadi 15 16 kalau tertarik langsung bisa dapat self playbooknya lagi. Karena kenapa? Kadang-kadang ini bisa kok, aku bisa kok bikin sendiri, aku ngelakuin sendiri bisa. Ada 9 step tadi yang Indra juga udah sharing. Simple step, silahkan dilakukan aja, tapi biasanya nggak bakal kejadian. Ya, biasanya nggak bakal kejadian. Yang kita butuh hadir adalah teman-teman di sana hadir dengan uh, business ownersnya atau dengan sales leadersnya gitu. Oke. Terus kalau langganan itu segala macam, enggak, itu udah langsung for you. Jadi buat dirimu, Bro Peter. Terus kalau kita mau update, nanti teman-teman akan punya, kalau misal di setupin dalam bentuk terakhir ya, bentuk end up adalah chatbot, ada semacam kayak Google Drive-nya. Teman-teman mau masukin situ setiap minggu ya juga boleh. Contohnya apa? Mau ngupdate data data penjualan, betul nggak? Kadang-kadang kan kita, kuartal 1 yang paling banyak produknya atau kita mau sasar adalah yang ini. Kuartal 2 kita mungkin mau sasar yang ini. Itu tinggal diupdate aja. Dan aku sudah membuktikan, karena baru saja kemarin akhir minggu, hari Jumat, aku update tuh data-data yang kemarin yang masuk ke dalam si Telegramnya tadi itu, chatbotnya gitu. Jadi nggak subscription base ya teman-teman ya. Kalau di kita tuh kita pengennya beli putus supaya teman-teman bisa pakai untuk berkali-kali gitu. Bisa diupdate kapan aja gitu. Jadi kita nggak berjualan yang model subscription atau kita bikin apps, bukan, tapi lebih kepada bikinnya adalah framework dan juga tools-nya ini bisa dipakai kapan aja gitu. Jadi there's no like harus langganan ya, nggak juga. Kecuali kalau misalnya ternyata misalnya gini, yang jadi langganannya gimana? Langganannya tadi ya, sales trainingnya udah selesai, frameworknya udah dapat, toolsnya udah dapat, tapi salesnya ganti, kan PR ya gitu. Gitu. Terus kemudian untuk B2B projectnya agile dan banyak anehnya, apa cocok? Nah, ini dia. Bro Peter, yang anehnya itu kan ada di kepala kita ya. Maksudnya informasi-informasi itu akan kita ekstraksi ke dalam bentuk si sales playbook tadi gitu. Dan kadang-kadang kan ilmunya kita beda ya, tanda kutip, ya karena pengalaman dan karena exposure yang lebih banyak, ya mungkin tim sales kita tuh nggak sampai senotis tentang senakal-nakalnya itu. Tapi modelnya kayak tadi gitu. Orang-orang yang nawarin kayak tadi kan kita bilang, kita mau diskon nih, tapi diskonnya 50%. Itu banyak nggak? Ya itu di kita hadir gitu kan. Ya, jadi mereka ditawarin harga, terus kemudian motong harganya tuh bukan 10% loh. Kalau 10% tuh nawar ya kan. Kalau 50% namanya, nggak tahu tuh namanya apa ya. Tapi bisa jadi kayak gitu. Dan kita akan tawarin bahwa, oh ya kita bisa fleksibel nih. You will get the quote-unquote the same delivery quality dari Bravo with a fraction of a price, tapi kita juga lakukan juga dalam konteks yang bisa kita manage. Rather than 1 hari penuh, gimana kalau workshopnya 2 hari? Sorry, gimana kalau 1 hari penuh, gimana kalau workshopnya 2 jam gitu? Atau sebaliknya yang kita pengennya dapatnya banyak, terus kemudian workshopnya jadi lebih panjang. Silakan Bro Peter.
Bro Jule, sorry, maksud aneh-anehnya itu kan kalau di B2B atau B2G kan Bro ya tahu lah anehnya itu kan kadang aneh yang tidak keluar itu
Hmm.
kan ya ya maksudnya ya Bro Jule tahu sendiri lah our government gimana juga
Hmm. Hmm.
habit bisnis B2B yang maksudnya kita kan ada sesuatu yang membacanya itu maksudnya itu apakah gimana bisa masuk di playbook ataupun masuk di AI terutama di AI-nya juga ya. Itu sih maksud anehnya tadi itu.
Oke, oke. Bisa kok. Itu tergantung dari kita masukinnya kayak gimana. Maksudnya gini, Coba ya aku share satu bagian dari playbook itu yang menurut aku bisa menjawab pertanyaan dari Bro Peter. Nah, contohnya gini loh, kita kan punya competitive positioning juga dong ya, gitu. Landscape-nya kalau di aku tuh sama siapa sih? Misalnya traditional training providers. Buat aku nih di Bravo, ini bisa cari Dale Carnegie. Mungkin pernah dengar kan ya, Franklin Covey gitu kan, dengan Seven Habits, whatsoever gitu ya. Ada local Indonesian training companies-nya. Ini kan juga sama gitu. Maksudnya kita kasih tahu nih Bro Peter ketika masuk di kompetitifnya seperti apa gitu. Mungkin ada orang yang misalnya contohnya kayak tadi contohnya Bro Peter misalnya, oh gimana kalau ternyata yang jadi kompetitornya kita itu adalah misalnya hubungan KKN, hubungan KKN kita, dia punya orang dalam gitu kan, diceritain. Jadi ketika masuk di situ, yang kita masukin di situ adalah for you. Even nggak dikasih ke aku gitu kan, nggak dikasih ke kita untuk lihat, tapi teman-teman yang bikin sendiri. Nanti programnya si Indra akan kasih dan teman-teman akan lakukan sendiri gitu. Bukan sesuatu yang tanda kutip, udah lu kumpulin datanya ke kita, ntar kita yang ngolah dan gimana. Nggak gitu juga. Tapi benar-benar dan with you-nya. Nanti dipandu, kayak tadi, masukin pertanyaan ini bisa keluar ini nggak gitu. Nah, itu dia yang nanya. Tapi siapa yang lakuin? Aku sendiri. Gitu. Coba lu masukin yang kayak gini. Lu gimana lu masukinnya kayak gitu. Gitu. Jadi workshopnya gitu sih, Bro Peter. Gitu. Jadi no worries kalau misalnya ada data lagi. Tadi kan gini, oh iya, yang aku mau ngomong sama Indra ini rahasia keluarga nih gitu kan. Gimana mau ditaruhnya? Nanti kalau ada program udah jadi, tinggal diupload aja. Dan even kita nggak bisa akses juga gitu. Tadi Indran selama kita punya apa namanya punya aksesnya dan biasanya kayak tadi nih, oh Indran gimana kalau gitu kan aku udah bikinin si Bravo, ya udah lu yang buka ya dari Telegram lu gitu. Gitu sih Bro Peter. So far sih aman ya in terms of data confidentiality itu adalah sebatas yang kita kasih makan kepada AI-nya. Kalau AI aja nggak dikasih makan, pasti nggak bisa jawab gitu. Contohnya, oh kalau misalnya ada orang ini terus kemudian dia oh, ada orang dalam, gimana jawabnya gitu misalnya, atau gimana membangun hubungan sama orang dalam. Nah, kalau kita punya pengalaman misalnya gimana, oh iya ya kayak aku nih, aku tuh nongkrong di pantry misalnya gitu ya, jadi nongkrong di pantry, terus kita ajak ngobrol, ada yang beli, ada yang jualan apa, aku beli gitu kan, nanya apa, nah itu kayak gitu-gitu penting tuh untuk dimasukin ke dalam sales playbooknya kita, supaya sales teamnya kita tahu nih gimana build relationship-nya gitu. Oh kalau ada event apa ikut datang gitu kan, ulang tahun anaknya aku tuh kayak gitu tuh, ulang tahun anaknya kok juga bisa diundang itu, kok Jule bisa ada di ulang tahun HR manager ini sih gitu ya karena we build good relationship lah. Tahu dari mana? Tahu dari oh anaknya sekolah di mana, loh temanku juga di situ, oh ya anakku ulang tahun besok, bapak datang ya. Nggak semua sih kita bisa diundang ke ulang tahun anak, apalagi quote unquote-nya I'm also single without any children, ya kan, om siapa ini yang datang gitu kan. Nah orang bingung, tapi itu yang tanda kutip seaneh-aneh itu yang bisa dimasukin ke dalam sales playbooknya kita juga gitu Bro Peter. Thank you teman-teman, ini
Yuk.
sudah thank you Bro Peter kalau udah di jam 11.20. So have a nice Monday, have a nice great weekend ahead, weekdays ahead ya, sebelum menuju ke liburan Lebaran ya, dan sudah mulai membagi-bagi THR. Jadi inilah saatnya kita untuk mengembalikan nanti THR itu akan kembali dalam bentuk yang lebih menyenangkan lagi dengan kita punya sales playbook supaya di Q2 makin banyak cuannya. Oke, thank you teman-teman atas kehadirannya semua. Nanti kita akan kontak-kontak lagi, kita akan kontak lewat WhatsApp sesuai dengan aplikasi yang teman-teman udah daftarin. Nanti kita akan kasih tahu juga ya untuk tanggal 15 dan 16-nya. Thank you semuanya. Selamat siang. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Terima kasih. Thank you, thank you. Kalau ada pertanyaan, feel free ya, nanti langsung di chat di WA aja, di chat WA-nya Bravo. Itu bukan AI kok, itu sama namanya Ray ya. Nanti bisa ngobrolin sama Ray, bukan AI. Jadi bisa ngobrol. Thank you semuanya, thank you semuanya. Thank you Coach Ani, thank you. Wah ya Coach Ani datang ya. Thank you Sis Maria. Bye-bye semuanya. Kita akan pindahkan teman-teman ke dalam waiting room ya. Kalau misalnya ini silakan dan boleh di stop untuk recordingnya dari tim Bravo. Thank you semuanya. Sementara tolong bantu untuk para partisipan dipindahin ke waiting room dan see you guys. Karena kita akan gunakan roomnya untuk yang lain. Kita mau meeting internal setelah ini. Thank you, thank you. Halo.
Halo Pak. Kalau
Gimana? So far so good nggak?
untuk menurut aku
Hmm.
kayaknya yang ini karena mungkin lebih dikit lebih singkat ya kok ya.